How does Felix start again?
Welcome.
Welcome. Jesus.
So, that's officially that's officially the intro for anything Tribe UG podcast.
welcome. No. So like over the whole season, I think I don't know if it's because of Felix's intro, welcome, but you've continuously threatened to do a rogue episode and address a few things that you might not have had the chance to address on the pod.
Yeah.
So no Felix.
What?
no Felix. Let's do this.
Felix has formed the culture of the lingo on the podcast.
I'm trying to think of one of those, but I don't have any that I'm going to. I know these days people are talking about simulation, so I'm sure Felix is going to be up for that. Those forgeries of words with his funny Chinese. No, what is his for the chicks? Chile. Bullion. No, Ian, having been, constantly behind the scenes and, just a fan who's applying the system of the UG hip hop from your own comfort.
Yeah.
How did it feel, or how was your mind getting into the podcast? Coming from behind the scenes to being at the forefront of something to do with the UG music hip hop industry.
Well, I guess it was. Of course, there's a bit of it can't be normal because most times when you're just listening to music, you're listening for your own pleasure.
Yeah.
But now over the time you have an opinion and you've voiced it in a tweet, in an article, but now you're on a podcast where you have unlimited time to talk about it. I'd say the transition was it was interesting, but in a scary way because now I'll say anything. I don't know how you'll take it.
Yeah.
Because if it's in an article, you can just choose not to read it.
Yeah.
But if I've said it on a podcast, somebody's going to try and quote me and
Yeah.
it will be all over the place.
Yeah.
So the transition going from behind the scenes to being a forefront kind of person was scary but interesting because no matter what, I always stand by my opinion. So if I said a few things,
forgettable. You're the forgettable police just telling people.
Yeah, but it's never really from a place of.
You can't even remember where you said it.
Of course, I did.
It was forgettable.
It was never from a place of I'm trying to hate on somebody or something. Yeah. So it was scary because I didn't know how someone would take it, but more like I'm still going to say the truth because if you come at me, I can defend it and I can.
You're not talking fast.
Yeah, so I'm not defend it because it's I abused you or something because I gave a few pointers. I can justify where I think needs to be. The one I feel like should have had a harder time was you.
Oh,
yeah, because you
switch off. Like, okay.
Because you know most of these guys.
Oh.
Yeah, so I feel like there was maybe a conflict of interest. Like, it's your birthday, he just sent you a meme on WhatsApp. Now you're telling him he needs to improve his EP or album, needed some work to be done.
He's your brother.
Yeah.
It was going into it, I was like, I thought about it a lot. I was like, hey, when you know some of these people personally, sometimes that could affect, depending on the person, it could affect a relationship when you give a strong, let's say, opinion on their work or what they do.
Yeah.
But I think where I got comfort and where I then found it easy is one, I've always been an opinionated person. And as you know, I always share that opinion. So, like with the people, like there's nothing I'm going to say about you, if I know you, that is, that I wouldn't have already said to you in the first place. Yeah, I would have said it to the person. Like, there's nothing I said on the pod that maybe the artist, like for those that I knew, there's nothing I said that they hadn't heard before. If I look at who do I mean, of course, the myth is my brother. There's that. So that one is different. Maybe I don't necessarily say much, but with all the others, like Tucker, I talk to Tucker a lot, and there's nothing. I mean, me talking about stuff like, what an album. I've always said that. You also what? No, whether it doesn't matter who it is. Like, Flex, who didn't listen, even him. Like, there's nothing I said about him that I haven't probably said in a tweet somewhere or on a call somewhere else. Nav. I mean, some of these reviews that we've written for the tribe, or I've written for the tribe, I've voiced his opinions before. Even those that I don't know, like Baru, the stuff we said on the pod when we were talking about producers, and I had mentioned it before. So I'd written before about Baru. So some of these things are, as long as we're honest, and like you said, as long as we're not talking all over the place, and we can defend some of the stuff that we said, like even the outrageous stuff. Of course, there's those where you get caught in a vibe and the joke has to be said, but those are different. So again, it's about the sense of humor of the person, and that I can't defend for you.
But has it affected any relationships or something?
Nah, well, not that I know. I don't know if they're as honest as me. just because I say it.
Someone is at home beefing.
So you never know. You never know who's cooking up what. But yeah, no. I'm good. So, I hope everyone is. If they're not, hey. There's that. But actually, speaking of the pod, we did a number of episodes, and one of them was about COVID projects, let's say lockdown projects.
Yeah.
Seeing as last year, after the lockdown, we kicked off with Navio's album. Somewhere along the line, we had that ego crackbone thing. We had Lagoon. We had The Myth. We had... So with a number of those, Taka many years.
GNL.
Yes. Whew. Yeah. But with a number of those projects that happened in the lockdown, are you looking forward to anything else coming through now that we're in lockdown again? Are you looking forward to some work?
I know Baru and who? Price Taylor?
Oh yeah, there's that song we listened to.
Yeah. They're dropping something. I've seen the artwork, and the first single of it is really dope. So I'm looking forward to Baru's project.
I enjoyed that production from Baru on that.
Yeah, and for me, Baru's projects have always been... Baru is what can you say? His projects always excite me because it's he'll sit down with an artist, understand the artist, what they're trying to do, what direction they're trying to go, bring his production and his direction, and boom, they give you one dope piece. I saw somebody tweet the other day that something about Baru and Precious is Magdalene.
Oh yeah, I saw that tweet as well.
Yeah, and
I saw that tweet this morning actually.
This is the Baru. So whenever it's Baru season, for me, I'm always excited. So
Baru season hashtag.
Yeah.
Baru season.
I look forward to Baru. Who else is dropping?
Okay, I don't know if he is, but I saw 2 days ago, Rionga hit us with a couple of YouTube videos. Yeah, one I think was a lyric video. The other was an actual video. The lyric video was what Katrina, no job.
Oh,
it was a vibe. I don't know if they're going to push it and let everyone join in on the vibe, but
you see with the balance closed, it's
I know, but I mean Katumbali broke out with the bars closed.
Yeah, so, but it's not
no job. You leave me.
That no job track feels like if you're in a bar and there's a Katrina,
and everyone is singing along.
Forget that. There's a Katrina there.
There's a Katrina who wants you to buy her beverages.
Exactly. You're like, this song is for you.
No. He did that, and there's a song where they sample Afrigo's Gym. Such that Afrigo's Gym is one of my all-time top rated Ugandan songs ever. So
the sample though.
Yeah.
In the episode with James Proper, we said artists need to start sampling these songs and giving us. When I had the Rionga sample, I'm like, nice. We are starting to pivot.
It's happening
towards that angle where you're trying to capture these guys, but it's a generation of sampling because even Chris Brown and Wale have a new song where they sampled
I Need a
Girl.
Yeah.
So I guess creativity is.
And then we have our R&B reference, I guess. Though it wasn't me, but yeah.
Play.
Oh yeah, Play did say on the pod that his album was coming out this year. Yeah. Aura.
You have less than 6 months.
We've passed the midway point, so and I know Wonder JR has been releasing a lot of music.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's leading up to a particular project, but I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. especially since some of the songs they're pretty dope. I like the Gonja song because I think it was who on the beat, Doug Mizzo.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what more they can do with the song.
When I listened to that song, it was I don't know, just kind of like a proud moment for me.
Really?
Because like I said during season 1, how I thought Doug Mizzo was a good producer, and if he harnessed that energy, he'd be on a whole other level. And that song was him actually. It was proving that he's actually a producer at that level, and he can.
I knew that. Like I really enjoyed that. So yeah. I think let's wait and see what people give us.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing. We should do a couple more of these rogue episodes and just talk about the UG.
Without Felix, it's a lot easier. He's not kicking you under the table.
Felix has the political connect in terms of the UG hip hop, but us guys are just talking.